chapters. Yesterday we went chapter 13, and that covered leprosy, how to test for leprosy. Essentially, leprosy is infection of the skin where it turns white, and or if it has reddish part of the skin as well. It goes into detail about what to see in leprosy and when is somebody unclean or clean, and how they must isolate. And then in the next chapter, they go into detail on how to clean that person with leprosy. And essentially, they must take birds, some cedar wood, scarlet string, and something else, oil, and they have to offer to the Lord. And leprous houses have to be quarantined for 7 days and then cleansed the same way. Let's read chapter 15, Cleansing Unhealthiness. The Lord also spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and say to them, When any man has a discharge from his body, his discharge is unclean. This, moreover, shall be his uncleanness in his discharge. It is his uncleanness whether his body allows to discharge or to flow, or whether his body obstructs its discharge. Every bed on which the man with the discharge lies becomes unclean, and everything on which he sits becomes unclean. Anyone, moreover, who touches his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. And whoever sits on the thing on which the man with the discharge has been sitting shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until morning or evening. Also, whoever touches the man with the discharge shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Or if the man with the discharge spits on one who is clean, he too shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Every saddle on which the man with the discharge rides becomes unclean. Whoever then touches any of the things which were in under him shall be unclean until evening. And the one who carries them shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Likewise, whoever the man with the discharge touches without having rinsed his hands in water shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. However, an earthenware vessel which the man with the discharge touches shall be broken, and every wooden vessel shall be rinsed in water. Now when the man with the discharge becomes cleansed from his discharge, he shall count off for himself 7 days for his cleansing. He shall then wash his clothes and bathe his body in running water, and will become clean. Then on the 8th day he shall take for himself 2 turtle doves or 2 young doves, and come before the Lord to the doorway of the tent of meeting, give them to the priest. And the priest shall offer them. One is a sin offering, one is a burnt offering. So the priest shall make atonement on his behalf before the Lord because of his discharge. Now if a man has a seminal emission, he shall bathe all his body in water and be unclean until evening. As for any garment or any leather on which there is a seminal emission, it shall be washed with water and be unclean until evening. If a man sleeps with a woman so that there is a seminal emission, they shall both bathe in water and be unclean until evening. If a woman has a discharge, if her discharge in her body is blood, she shall continue in her menstrual impurity for 7 days, and whoever touches her shall be unclean until evening. Everything also on which she lies during her menstrual impurity shall be unclean, and everything on which she sits shall be unclean. Anyone who touches her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Whoever touches any object on which she sits shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. Whether it be on the bed or on the thing on which she is sitting, when she touches it, he shall be unclean until evening. If a man actually sleeps with her so that her menstrual impurity is on him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and every bed on which he lies shall be unclean. And if a woman has a discharge of her blood for many days, not at the period of her menstrual impurity, or if she has a discharge beyond that period, for all the days of her impure discharge, she'll continue as though in her menstrual impurity. She is unclean. Batty, I see you. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment, Batty. I'll be back. Any bed on which she lies all the days of her discharge shall be her like bed, her bed as her administration, and every object on which she sits shall be unclean, like her uncleanness at that time. By the way, Batty and Metro, God bless y'all and welcome in. I'll get to your comments and chill. I'll get to your comments in just a moment. Likewise, whoever touches them shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes and bathe in water and be unclean until evening. When she becomes clean, come for discharge, she shall count off for herself 7 days, and afterwards she will be clean. Then on the 8th day she shall take to herself 2 turtle doves or 2 young doves, and bring them to the priest to the doorway of the tent of meeting. And the priest shall offer the one as a sin offering, and the other as a burnt offering, so that the priest shall make atonement on her behalf before the Lord because of her discharge. And so you shall keep the sons of Israel separated from their uncleanness, so that they will not die in their uncleanness by their defiling my tabernacle that is among them. This is a law for the one with a discharge, and for the man who has a seminal emission, so that he is unclean by it, and for the woman who is ill because of her menstrual impurity, and for the one who has a discharge, whether a male or female, or a man who sleeps with an unclean woman. All right, let's look at the comments. Shout out to, can I get a shapoot out? You weird, I'm not trying to be. And Metros, you look like you're having a hard time studying. I'm just sleepy. I'm trying to get through, but I am a little sleepy. Batty should be nicey. I'm not trying to be mean. Chill said hi. I just think the topic is a bit uncomfortable. I'm sorry. Batty is a meanie. How? I just think that the topic's a bit uncomfortable. If you feeling uncomfortable, you should watch content that makes you comfortable. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be mean. Batty, Metro, and Chill, how's it going? God bless y'all. Yeah. The subject matter of chapter 15 of Leviticus isn't necessarily the most picture perfect unicorns and sunshines, but I'll try to go verbatim. Basically, if somebody has a discharge from their body, then they'll be unclean. God bless you, dude. Now she's nice, dude. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's okay, folks. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry. I'm having a trance. Sorry. Whether it be a male or a female, you get the point. If they emit some fluid, then they're unclean for 7 days, and then they'll be washed and cleansed, and then they'll offer up, and then they will have to offer 2 birds, and yeah, that's it. Think of these laws of uncleanness as a means of, I guess, portraying sin. Sin is uncleanness, and yeah, that's all I've got. All right. I'm gonna head out now. I know it's a very short stream, but I want to save atonement for tomorrow, mainly because I'm tired, but also we've got Maybe we'll do a part one and part two tomorrow. We'll see. But I'm going to cut it out, folks. I'm going to go. Thank you for tuning in, Batty, Chill, and Metro. God bless you. Sleep deep, rest and shine bright, and go in peace. Seek the love of the Lord.